microbe required for infection to proceed. Right? કોઈ પણ એક દેશ બીજા દેશ ઉપર હુમલો કરે તો એમાં 10 સૈનિકો જઈને જીતી ન શકે. They require certain number of soldiers, isn't it? Because some have 100 and you are 5. It is not like a 100 picture. 100 picture છે, બરાબર? So 100 soldiers were fighting with the group of 10,000 soldiers. But it is not like that. Here microbes with small IDs have greater virulence. Say for example, here if there are few organisms but they are more pathogenic, one rickettsial cell is able to cause Q fever, even one cell. 10 bacteria are required to initiate Mycobacterium tuberculosis, TB. 10⁹ bacteria are required for cholera. So, lack of ID will not result in the infection. Lack of ID means if there are less than this cell given value, they are not able to initiate the disease. Next. If you see this statistic, out of 100, say for example globally there are 100 people, out of 100, 26 people are having respiratory infection. 18% have HIV infection. 17.5 have cholera, dysentery, typhoid. 11% have tuberculosis. 9% have malaria, 7 measles, 5 hepatitis B, 2.5 tetanus, 2.5 parasitic disease, 1.5 miscellaneous. These include all HCV and other emerging disease. Next. Now, next. There are various fields of microbiology where you can focus to pursue your career. For example, medical microbiology. So there are various, again, the various fields of microbiology: serology, immunology, epidemiology, etiology, infection control, and chemotherapy. I will pass this presentation if anybody want in detail. But next. These are various fields of medical microbiology. Now there are various branches of applied environmental microbiology. For example, bioremediation, where you use microbes to remove the pollutant. Public health microbiology, sewage treatment, water purification, control of insect and spread disease, we use microorganisms. Next. Agriculture microbiology, previous. Use of microbes to control insect pests and to increase the soil fertility. Next. Industrial microbiology, which is popularly known as biotechnology. Find applied field of microbiology. You can have food and beverage technology, where we use organisms to prepare various type of things. Pharmaceutical microbiology, manufacture of vaccines and several type of antibiotics. And recombinant DNA technology, where we alter the genetic of microorganisms to make them more capable to produce novel chemicals. Next. Now there are various facts about microbiology. There are various facts which will surprise. Next. Microbes first appeared on Earth about 3.5 billion years ago. Happy 350 billion years per day to microorganisms, because they were first to first to infect the Earth. Next. Microbes are biggest, smallest, oldest and deadliest. They are on us, in us and around us. Very resilient form of life, omnipresent, present everywhere. Near boiling water bath, on the mouth of volcanoes, to the deepest ocean, abyssal region, 11 kilometer deep region. At that region also you will find some microorganisms which are known as barophiles, particularly those who can withstand oppression. Inside the rock and even in ice, pressure, salinity, acidity and darkness. Next. Some bacteria can even live on a radioactive waste. You will surprise, a bacterium known as Deinococcus radiodurans. I had experience to work with this organism in BARC. What I have done is that we have isolated a particular gene and we cloned that gene in the E. coli cell. So these Deinococcus, these are the figure of this Deinococcus bacterium. I have not kept as such. You keep on watching these figures also, because these are related figures. If you see in plate, growth looks like this, and You can see these are dividing cells, and if you take cross section, it looks like this because it has 4 set of chromosomes. Normally bacteria have 1 chromosome, it has 4 set of chromosomes. Why? See, it can withstand blast of radiation 1000 times greater than would kill a human being. Human being જે radiation dose થી મરી જાય એના કરતા 1000 ગણું radiation this bacteria can withstand. Right. And this is because when this radiation, this organism exposed to radiation, you will find a lot of mutation in the DNA. And this DNA repair system in the Deinococcus is such that immediately, because that's why there are 4 set of chromosomes. When 1 set of chromosome is mutated, other set of chromosome maintain the metabolic activity. Next. Microbes have been around longer than anything on the earth, longer even than the dinosaur. If you imagine Earth began at single day. Now you see at this. Say for example, અત્યારે તો કેટલા around 5 billion years થઈ ગયા ને origin, Earth origin થઈ એને. માનો કે 24 કલાકમાં Earth origin થઈ છે. Before 24 hours. Now imagine, if you imagine Earth began at single day, microbe appeared at 5 p.m. Dinosaur appeared at 10 p.m. and human appeared second before the midnight. So human being, if you compare with 24 hours I am talking about, now you compare 24 multiplied by 5 billion years, then you can see you can really make the difference that when this dinosaur were next. Oldest living microbes, 250 million year old bacteria spore have been retrieved from salt crystal deep in the earth. So you can see how long this bacteria can survive. Next. You can see this figure. The largest organism in the world, when measured by area, is a honey mushroom fungus. It covers a gigantic 8.9 kilometers square of a national forest in US. This is only one organism because it propagates by stolon formation. Fine. So you can see this area it covers. This is one organism, eukaryote. Next. A handful of garden soil contains thousands of different kinds of microbes. A single teaspoon of soil contains 1 billion bacteria, 1,20,000 fungi, and 25,000 algae approximately. Next. If you see the Janma Kundali of E. coli, fine, you see, cell length is 2 micrometer. At the end of, again I am telling you, at the end of this lecture I am going to show one movie. You can, what is happening inside the cell? What is the size of E. coli cell? 2 micrometer. Cell diameter 0.8 micrometer. Cell total volume is 1 into 10 raised to 50 minus 15 liter. Minus 15 liter I am talking about. Cell aqueous volume 7 multiplied 10 raised to minus 16 liter. Cell surface area. This much. Cell weight. A bacterian weight છે 1 raised to 10 raised to minus 50 kilogram. Fine. 1 upon 1 and 15 0. Cell dry weight and cytoplasmic volume. Next. If a single bacterium continue to grow exponentially for 48 hours with a generation time of 20 minutes, it produces a population that weight about 400 times the weight of the earth. 4000 પૃથ્વીઓ થાય ને એટલું weight 48 hours માં થાય. If we keep on dividing continuously. Next. You are born bacteria free. When at the time of birth there are no bacteria. Baby get their first dose of microbe. They are passing through their mother's birth canal. A baby acquires most of its microbes by age of 3 years. જે લોકો આપણે શું કહીએ એને બર્થ નેચરલ બર્થ એન્ડ સિઝેરિયન થી જે લોકોના જન્મ થયા હોય they have they don't have some microbes. And study report says that these children are suffering from certain disease, because we know that the colonization of some lactobacillus take place when the child is coming out from the canal at the time of birth. So cesarean is not a good practice. At least in future you can have in mind. Fine, next. There are 10 times more bacteria in average human digestive system than there are cells in the entire body. We know that human body have approximately 10 raised to 14 to 10 raised to 15 cells. Many literature refer there are 10 raised to 30, but these are average 10 raised to 15 cells. Now this approximately weight 1 kilogram of bacteria. 10 times 1 cell, 10 bacteria. So these many bacteria multiply, these are the cell multiply by 10. These many bacteria are there in your body. Next. There are more microbes on one person's hand or in your intestine than there are people on the planet Earth. Next. Microbes generate at least half of the oxygen we breathe. Microbes ન હોય તો શું થાય? સિલિન્ડર સાથે બેઠા હોય ને અહીંયા આપણે બધા ઓક્સિજન સિલિન્ડર, પણ એ ઓક્સિજન સિલિન્ડરમાં ભરવા માટે ઓક્સિજન તો જોઈએ ને ક્યાંથી? Fine. Without bacteria, the earth would have no soil in which organisms grow, because we know that the soil synthesis is indirectly due to microbial activity, isn't it? Next. Cattle belching and farting. હવા બે જગ્યાએથી નીકળે બોડીમાંથી, બધાને ખ્યાલ છે ને? Fine. So belching and farting, તમે ડિક્શનરીનો મીનિંગ જોઈ લેજો, મેં ફિગર બતાવી છે તમને. You can understand very well. Produce approximately 20% of the earth methane which is produced by bacteria. 20% of the earth methane is produced by these two processes of, I have shown animal only, but we are also contributing a lot. Next. The toilet handle, it's a day-to-day process, no? Many times visiting one time, many times two times, and many times. Because if there is problem in food, then dosa.com Chinese will increase the rate of visit. The toilet handle, try to understand. Toilet handle is in most bathroom at work has 400 times more germ than a toilet seat. Seat હોય ને toilet, એના કરતા હેન્ડલમાં, કારણ કે આપણે ખ્યાલ છે કાર્યક્રમ પૂરો કરીને આપણે સીધા હેન્ડલને ટચ કરીએ, અને પછી હેન્ડલને એક જાય તો બીજો તો ત્રીજો. They are not washing their hand. Microbial load keep on increasing. This is the place from where lot of infection spread. A study found that 30% of people didn't wash their hand after using the public bathroom. Although 70% claim, 70% એમ કહે છે કે અમે ધોઈ છી શેનેથી? ત્યાં સાથે હોય ક્યાંય પબ્લિક ટોયલેટમાં કાંઈ હોય સાબુ? ન હોય. તમે રેલવેમાં જાજો છો, રેલવેના બાથરૂમમાં કાંઈ ન હોય. ફાઇન. બસ સ્ટેન્ડમાં જાશો કાંઈ ન હોય. You can imagine how organisms are spreading. Just think what may be on their hand. Next. According to microbiologist Dr. Charles, the bathroom is cleaner than the kitchen in the average house. રસોડા કરતા બાથરૂમ, કારણ કે સતત પાણી નાખતા હોય ને આપણે, those who are conscious, they say that you are safer making a sandwich on the top of the toilet basin than on the kitchen, because every time we are adding water. But હવે કોઈ કામવાળા બેન આવતા હોય ને કેવી રીતે ટોપ સાફ કરતા, because everything is there on the top of bathroom. Flour is there, carbohydrate is there, oil is there, lipid is there, vegetables there, everywhere. Those which required by microorganism, carbohydrate, lipid, protein, everything is there. But natural organism can grow. Next. The dirtiest spots in the kitchen are dishcloth, cutting boards, sponge, and sink handle. Surprisingly, the floor is often cleaner than the sink. You can see here sink, because everything we are adding in the sink, no? So if you are not cleaning sink properly, you will find a lot of microorganisms. Next. Mobile phones have 18 times more bacteria than a toilet handle. Right? The average office desk has 400 times more bacteria than a toilet. Office desk. Next. You can see, researchers found that 1458 new species from bacteria in the belly button. આપણે ક્યારે વોશ કરી છે પ્રોપરલી? જોતાઈ નથી ત્યાં. If you want to pursue your microbiology, at least you go and go for microbial study of microbial species present in belly button of Rajkot people. Fine, you can have many new species. Yes.